facing the police every single day.
Say hi, Andy. I'm recording you. I got you.
Ocean City cops are not people.
Yes, they are. You know what's really criminal?
What's that?
Those knee-high socks.
I know, but that's what the brown shirts wore.
Sarasota County 9 Probable Cause Agency Case Hashtag 22-014107. Adult arrest, without warrant. Defendant, Nicole Lee Kowalski alias, Dob 05/24/1996 age, 25 I sex, Fernal CII race white HGT, 509 WGT, 265 I hair brown eyes Green Street 1051 Roberta Street City, Venice State, FL zip, 34,285 phone 941-716-9026 I scars / tattoos none DL hashtag K1426329668840 ST, Florida SSAI place of birth Sarasota, FL occupation Sheriff's Deputy employer Charlotte County Sheriff's Office employer address, 7474 Utilities Road Punta Gorda Florida 33982 iPhone, 941-639-2101 date 03/10/2022 FS/ORD hashtag 784.03, 1, A, 2. Charge simple battery with injury fell missed bond, 500 FS/ORD hashtag 843.02 charge resisting without violence fell 0 missed bond, 500. Defendant, Nicole Lee Kowalski I case hashtag 22-014107. Narrative. On March 10, 2022, at approximately 0123 hours I responded to in response to a suspicious person. The reporting party called and advised that there was a female last seen wearing a brown shirt, black shorts, and no shoes walking around the. Upon my arrival, OFC salesman and myself were instructed to meet an employee near Gate 4 on the north side of the stadium to gain entrance inside of the park. Summit security employee Adam Parisi then unlocked the 8 near the tiki bar of the allowing us entrance into the park. As I was approaching I observed a female matching the description walking across the middle of the field. Was seen telling the female to stop walking away as she was continuously walking across the field away from. As I approached the female, she continued to walk away. I told the female several times to stop walking away from me, then grabbed the female's arm in an attempt to detain her. The female continued to attempt to pull away as OFC salesman and myself continued to attempt to detain her. After being told several times to stop, Sergeant Guzman approached the female from the rear and attempted to take the female to the ground, which she resisted. The female only complied and was detained after Sergeant Guzman pulled his taser and told her to stop resisting and to place her hands behind her back where handcuffs were applied and double locked. Once detained, the female identified herself as Nicole Lee Kowalski, who will herein be referred to as the defendant. The defendant then immediately uttered that she was a deputy with the Charlotte County Sheriff's Office and that her employee badge number was 3630. The defendant was then read her Miranda rights, where she advised she would be invoking her right to remain silent and did not want to speak to law enforcement officers any further. As I was observing the female, I noticed there was blood on her hand, foot, and her knee. Due to the blood being visible, I requested for the Northport Police Department to respond to evaluate the female for her injuries. The Northport Fire Department then responded to the scene and evaluated the defendant and determined that she did not need medical treatment. Defendant, Nicole Lee Kowalski I case hashtag 22-014107 INA Ehrlich TIVE continue. I then spoke to who was working as advised while doing a patrol around the Sue Emma E wearing a brown shirt, black shorts, and no shoes. What she was doing, and she proceeded to walk towards the gold lot of the without a padlock, where she then walked onto the main, approached her and attempted to physically stop her. She was not supposed to be on the property and that tripped her to prevent her from proceeding any further into. Other security officer on scene had left to unlock the said. Then during his scuffle with the defendant she bit as he was attempting to control her. Advised was when OFC salesman and myself began to walk onto declined medical treatment and provided a sworn-in detail. Summit Security Officer Adam Parisi, also in uniform, his shift at when he was informed female walking around. Adam informed he located the female near the training center on the SIE of he had O survey WTE advised that he asked the female law. Hen stated he observed her walk. A Dith walked proceeded to walk towards a field. Said when she was on he from proceeding and further after telling her that she had to leave said that he attempted to hide the gate for the Northport Police Department his hand and arm, along with elbowing his teeth. The defendant then proceeded to walk away where she was eventually detained. Written statement on this incident describing it informed me that he was UST beginning to start by that there was a me that as he was driving around on his golf cart, southwest side of Hitches where he believes she somehow got past the fence around. Adam stated he followed the female where she was able to open the gate on the northwest side of as it was only locked by a handlebar that was easily movable. Adam then followed the female onto the where he said they told her multiple times to stop proceeding into. Adam said while was attempting to stop the female from proceeding any further onto he went to unlock the gate for the Northport Police Department so that officers could gain access. Adam said he went to unlock the gate due to him recently having a back injury, and that he did not want to possibly become injured while attempting to stop the defendant. One defendant, Nicole Lee Kowalski I case # 22-014107 narrative continued. Due to the above circumstances, I had probable cause to charge the defendant with FSS 784.03, 1, A, 2, simple battery with injury for biting and injuring the FSS 843.02 resisting without violence for failing to comply with law enforcement officers' several verbal commands and orders to stop walking away / pulling away while being detained, and FSS 810.08, 1, trespassing structure due to being told to leave the property several times by security officers watching on the property after normal functioning hours of the facility as it was a closed, secured structure. The defendant was arrested and transported to Sarasota County Jail without incident. These crimes occurred within the city of Northport, Sarasota County, Florida. The sworn statement, Axon body camera footage, and photographs of the victim's injuries were all submitted to the Northport Police Department records, as well as being uploaded to evidence.com.
Hey, Shark County, this is Shark County Cop Watch, and I got to read this one witness testimony because OCR will not get this. But here's what's disgusting. Everybody is such a goddamn fucking cop sucker now that even when you're assaulted, if they're a cop that's an idiot lawbreaker, you will not charge them even though they assaulted you. Is that disgusting? So here we go. At approximately 1:30 a.m. After patrol, I saw a woman in the blue lot parking lot where the players park their vehicles. I made contact and she was clearly high and combative. The other officer and I followed her to the gold lot where she found a gate without a padlock and ran onto the main field. She then ran towards a bar overlooking the field, and that's when I went to hands-on. I tripped her and held her while the other officer made an entrance for Northport Police Department. During the scuffle, she bit my hand and arm and elbowed my teeth. When I was trying to maintain control, she stated she was done, so I let off some of the pressure, and she then proceeded to run again. But at that point, Northport Police Department had were on the scene. I will not be pressing charges. What a fucking stupid ass cop sucker. You were assaulted by a dirty cop and you still won't press charges. You are the reason why our founding fathers killed the Redcoat British Police for freedom.